Hey there, everybody. As spoken, my name is Marrow. I'm here to show off Ultimate Angler 5 Islands. It's a run that, uh, first off, people don't even think is possible just because it's through a Street Pass Me Plaza, which requires like a bunch of 3DSs, and it's this whole crazy thing. But I'm here today to kind of show off something you probably wouldn't see very often. So if I could get a countdown, we'll get this going.
Your thing. Should you do the countdown or should I do it?
I think you can get the honors.
Okay then. From 3, 2, 1, go.
Alrighty, so immediately, the most glitchless speed tech you've ever seen is currently going on right now. I'm holding R to speed up basically every animation in the game. It'll auto-skip most text, it'll double the animation of cutscenes, and basically it makes the game, you know, on its own. That is just, like, honestly, if you couldn't double the speed by holding R, it would be, like, intolerable. But anyway, so we're here at the tutorial. It's fairly scripted. Just gonna kind of toss this piece of bait into the sea. Give me one sec here. Alright, so when I said I doubled the speed of everything, that also includes the speed of the fish biting the line, which means I have half as much time to react. And the quicker you react, the more calm the fish will be when you actually start reeling it in. And that one you saw there with the green text was a amazing reaction instead of the perfect reaction you could get. And the perfect is what we're going to go for a lot, if I can help it. Second best one again. And you can see there that the arch in the middle, which is the tension on the fishing line, was a lot higher. The fish's stamina on the right, it started off a lot more angry. Basically, if you started with the perfect reaction, it would, you know, be a lot more helpful. And here we're going to do what we're going to do for most of the rest of the run. We're going to mix bait together to make this big conglomerate piece to get a much larger fish. And there's the best reaction. And this is actually really important for this particular fight to get the best reaction, because we have so little power behind us right now that we only, like, it costs 30 to 40 seconds to miss it. So it's really important I listen for these audio cues, because trying to react to the visuals alone is nigh impossible. And with that, we finished the intro. And now we're just going to see this big old cutscene. The story of the game... Oh, sorry, before we see the cutscene, this screen on the bottom, so not only is this a fishing game, it's hybrid with a JRPG. So there's going to be gold, and there's going to be weapon crafting, and there's going to be EXP management. And if you thought there was RNG in a fishing game before, welcome to Ultimate Angler. It's the two most RNG-heavy games merged into one. And we're going to have a good time. So that big old fish you just saw was thought to be extinct. And so we have been hired to this island by the man on the left, who is the dad of the girl on the right, who is Coraline, who is a cutie pie. And what's going to happen is we're going to need to reel in 5 of these big old fish for scientific research. And so that's basically why we're here. And for the record, anything we don't keep is released back into the ocean. So not only are we saving the frames, we're saving the animals at the same time, and I think that's beautiful. And this is a screen you're going to want to get used to. We just bought 10 animal helpers with play coins. I guess the proper term would be we invited them. But what that's going to do, they're functionally identical to if you tagged someone with Street Pass. And so we're going to use the baits they give us to, of course, catch the fish, because our tackle box in the previous cutscene got knocked overboard. And on a fishing resort such as this, they don't have any extra bait, apparently. And now the first area, there's going to be a little bit of luck. The first areas are fairly easy. As you can see, there's only really one place for us to go at this point in time. So we're going to start with blue, and we're going to start with yellow. Now, if you see there, no other fish in this area likes yellow, and if no other fish likes that bait, we call it an exclusive. So if you hear me say exclusive, that's what I'm referring to. This is not good. Is it? This might be a piece of trash. It's gotten a piece of trash. I am pledging right now to donate $1 for every piece of trash I reel in during the run, so if you at home want to keep count, I'd really appreciate that. And then... we don't have... wait. I was gonna say, if we had a bait that none of the fish liked, we'd be able to toss that in. We're just gonna go for the YOLO, see what happens. Yeah, it was a massive can. Gotta hold a lot of stuff in one of those. And unfortunately, we have already failed the first area. But we did get the bonus of an A+ fish, which is gonna get us a little more gold, a little more quickly. So, unfortunately, this is gonna happen a fair amount, I'm imagining, where we come back to the clubhouse empty-handed without the fish we need. And I forgot, the first time you come to the clubhouse, you visit the clubhouse, you have to put something in the tank. But it can't be the piece of trash. It's gotta be the actual fish. So we are going to release the tin can back into the sea, or hopefully into the recycling, save the animals. And so hopefully we can minimize the number of times we actually have to come back empty-handed, because, you know, if we get the fish we need, we can move to the next area. And we do have fairly solid bait for this first area as well. Just got a little unlucky last time with the execution. And every time we leave empty-handed is gonna add the, like, there's somewhere I can kind of prematurely end the day with the home menu, but other than that, it's gonna be this whole cutscene again. And then, you know, actually going to the place, it tacks on a lot of time really quick. If you're wondering, the estimate is 1:30 and the world record is 1:06. So that's just the kind of game it is. You know, welcome to Ultimate Angler. So we're going to mix the yellow, once again, which is an exclusive, with itself. We're going to get a big yellow piece. And something that I haven't quite mentioned is that what mixing bait actually does. Other than that, and my hand kind of shook and I jumped the gun there. Mixing bait will allow you to attract larger fish, of course, because the big guys only go for the big food. So hopefully, and you can tell when it's the actual fish you need, because like all of our helpers will come behind us and help pull. But we haven't gotten that yet. We still do have a chance. The reason throwaways are actually useful is because as long as you have one piece of bait in the mix that your fish likes, this is looking good. There we go. As long as you have at least one piece of bait that your fish likes, you're golden, and there is a chance. And so in a run like this, if we have a chance, we kind of got to go for it, especially in a marathon setting. But I was going to say earlier that if things went perfectly, we could do what's called double fish skip. And in this first area, we would need to catch 2 fish in order to put ourselves on the right path for EXP. But because we had to visit there twice, we're going to get, I guess, a pseudo double fish skip. Which is basically, at these next 2 areas, if all goes well, we can clear them with just catching 1 fish and leaving. Which is something that generally happens later in the run, a lot more often. So this next area, the fish likes white, blue, green, and yellow, and we have plenty of those. So it's looking alright. I'm gonna play it a bit safer than I normally do, especially since, you know, not playing it safe has already paid off so well. And it seems like it's fairly stilted at this point. You just get bait, go to place. And the first few minutes of the run are kind of that same formula. But as you can see, there's 4 spots on this island, and it's 5 islands, so something's not adding up here. And I'll get into that later. You can see there, we don't have white or yellow, which are exclusives, but green and blue are both baits that it likes, so we can toss them in and see what we get. Is this... Alright, it's not trash because it's actually fighting back, so it's at least a fish. I am trying to be on the higher end of the EXP curve, though, so I am just gonna grab it while I'm here. Unfortunately, we couldn't get the double fish skip, but single is still on the table. Do we have throwaways? Yes, we do. I'm not going to use all the bait it likes at once, because I still want another chance if I can help it. Oh, my good gracious. That's 2 pieces of trash right there. That's the whole 2. Oh boy. Alright, this is looking fine. We're good. There we go. Alright. There is still the possibility of an actual fish skip in this run that we're doing right now. It's possible. There's a chance. Alrighty, alrighty. So we're on really good pace to hit level 3. And the reason we're actually trying to hit level 3 is because we can't get to the boss area of this island if we're level 2 or less. So double fish skip gives you just enough EXP to get to level 3 and get to the boss and move on. But we haven't been so lucky, but that's alright. Alright, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to close the app. Oh, that's not closing the app, that's the guidebook. Made a mistake right there. I'm gonna actually close the app because the bait we had was really not good odds. So instead of going through the whole cutscene, going to the island, doing all that again, figured I would just come in here and, you know, save a little time to kind of back out, go back in. There was an older version of the game where you could actually keep the helpers you bought, and that is not in the current version. It doesn't really help either. And I'm pretty sure the R speed isn't really a thing in the older patch either. Anyway, so coming up, we are going to be trying to catch the smallmouth bass, and hopefully this is the one and only time we see the smallmouth during the entire run, because he has a way of showing up when you don't want him there. If you played Animal Crossing, he's like the sea bass's uglier cousin. And I do mean ugly. I mean, not yet. Still gotta catch him first. Alright. Brown is a throwaway, and purple is a bait it likes, so we're gonna see what happens. This could be it. It's not it. Oh my goodness. That's 3. That's 3 pieces of trash. I can't believe it. But we do have another chance. Let's see now. I'm trying to avoid bait that other fish in the area don't have a fondness for. Because of course, you know, if it's hard, like, not hard enough, it's a slim enough chance to get the fish we actually need as it stands. And then adding bait that other fish likes is just going to decrease our chances further. But it looks like we got him. He's being very ornery, and this is why getting perfect reactions is so important. And it's something we haven't quite been able to do. But this should put us at just enough EXP to hit level 3. After, of course, we get the EXP for ranking up. Just to be safe, though, I'm going to catch one more thing. Because being underleveled at this point is just such a deal breaker. Sorry, such a deal breaker. And see, this one's cooperating a lot more. This is an acceptable second smallmouth bass. We're using up all our smallmouths here, so there will not be any more. You can see we hit level 3 just by the skin of our teeth. It would have been really close if I didn't get that second one. But now we're on to the first boss area of the run, which is going to play a little bit differently. Because each of these fish, they've kind of fought back a little bit, but, you know, they're little guys, you know? They're not quite our size or bigger. But as we, remember that big old boy from the cutscene earlier that was larger than the boat we were in? We're gonna grab him with just a single fishing rod and 10 dog friends. Which, you know, it's for science, so it's okay. And it's really, really important that I play safe with this bait and I get the perfect reaction. Because if you get the amazing reaction, the fight is actually really, really close. It's actually luck dependent on the way he fights back, whether or not you can actually get it at that point. So purple is an exclusive. I am going to mix it with pink, which is a throwaway, which should attract a very scrappy large boy. There he is. Alright, we did get the perfect reaction. Just got a couple text boxes. So the stamina meter on the side is no longer the gauge we had from before. We have to tire this fish out to an insane degree before we can reel him in, because he, of course, is larger than our boat. That's pretty reasonable. And so the gauge on the side, the way I'm kind of measuring my progress, normally I'd use the music cues, but because the text boxes delayed the music a little bit, I'm instead going to be watching for the effect that's going to show on screen. If we're around 3/4 at that point, then we'll be on pretty good pace, and it's looking like we're going to be alright. This is going to be a little closer for comfort than I would have liked it, but we'll be alright. We'll be alright. He's starting to cooperate once again. And if not, we do have one more piece of bait. And we can start over from the same stamina we were already at. Okay. And this, there he is. There's our boy. And that is one island cleared. And now the run's really going to open up. Because now the other 4 islands we can access in any order at any time. Which, with a game like this, it sounds like it would be an RNG-filled nightmare, but it actually helps us a lot, because we can then take whatever bait we have and kind of pick and choose where we'd have the best chance. And so we can, instead of kind of having to play the odds, we can stack the odds in our favor and give us a much better chance of clearing each island more efficiently. Just a small little cutscene. We have achieved 1 island. It's ours now. For research, by the way. It is an incredibly strong fishing rod, but it's not the strongest fishing rod we're even going to have in the run. Because we're actually... The reason gold is so important at this point is because we're saving up for 30,000 to be given an item we're not supposed to get at this stage of the game. Well, I say at this stage of the game, even though, you know, this game is meant to be played like once a day. Now, forget the rod and the boat. This is the strongest fisherman. That thing was like 1,400 meters long. And we just reeled it in no problem. Strong dogs. Alright, so now, instead of 1 place, we have 4. And I'm going to kind of go... Before choosing a place, I'm going to kind of go over what I'm going to be referring to them as. It's looking like I already have an island set based on the bait we've gotten so far. So, instead of 1 island, you can see there's 4 without flags now. I'm going to be referring to them as top, high, low, and bottom. They have names, but I don't know them. And we're going to start with the top. And the first spot on the top island is actually a bit of a problem area, because our target fish has very similar bait preference to the octopus you see above it, which we don't want. Because, you know, we're not there for that. It's not what we need for our research, by the way. Ooh, alright. It's either a very small octopus or we got really lucky really fast. Come on. Yep, small octopus. Never lucky. Never lucky. That's alright, we still have a couple chances. And we are... Of course we're gonna play it safe. We don't... We have light blue as a throwaway, so we're not completely out of luck. Can still do this. Also, pay close attention to the way that water was sparkling. That's not just a visual effect, it's actually... Well, okay, another octopus, that's okay. We have 1 more shot. But the water sparkling indicates something's coming up on the horizon. And it's basically the reason this game is not severely grindy. Please? Nope. Well, it's not a piece of trash, at least. I mean, this is alright, I guess. This is a good area for the water to start sparkling, because this is going to cue a mini game called a Feeding Frenzy, which is happening right now. And I did get a frame-perfect input there on that top left one. And we have 10 seconds to hit the bottom screen on these little indicators as many times as we can to just reel in small fries at an insane pace. 49 is not stellar, but we still have plenty of time to do a couple more. The least amount of frenzies I've had to do in a run is 3, so 4 or 5 for a marathon setting probably isn't too bad. You can see we're getting a lot of EXP, a lot of gold really fast. And this area in particular has a lot of, like, the average EXP and gold yield for each fish is a lot higher than some of the other starting areas. So going there first not only tries to get the pesky areas out of the way, but we also get a lot of resources really fast. And you can see there, now, like, early game in this game makes you feel fantastic, because you get rewarded for getting rewards, literally. Like, we got a reward in there for getting so many fishing rods, then because we had so many fishing rods, we got more gold, and then because we had so much gold, we got another fishing rod. It's great. It's great. Welcome to Ultimate Angler. Feel good. You can do it. I believe in you. So unfortunately, we weren't able to clear the first area, but there is still hope. I'm debating going for the run back, looking at the bait we have now, but I think I'm going to go to the low island this time around, just because our preferences there are a lot more favorable. Or, actually, how many white baits do I have? White and purple, I could go for it. But down here is a similar issue where there's a lot of bait preferences that other fish in the area share. But just because of the amount of white bait we have, I am going to go back to the top. I normally try to do, I have all the information on the map kind of pulled up next to my my note sheet, basically, keeping track of all the information I would basically have to otherwise, like, you know, look back and forth through the map for. So if I can avoid that, it's really, that's where a lot of time is actually saved. It's just doing all this routing work on the fly as you're kind of watching that bait cutscene, instead of going through the map bit by bit. But because it's a marathon run, I am kind of intending to show it off a little bit more. But there's our boy, there's the flounder. Fashionably late as ever. I was gonna say casually late, which I mean I guess is true. And while we're here, we're gonna get closer to the next feeding frenzy, just catching something else. The main EXP goal we're going for is rank 15. And the other boss areas are rank 7, 10, and 12. And we should be, we'll be at least rank 10 by the time we get there. So we'll be alright. But the top area is done. And when we go there again, you'll see there's a different area to go to with different bait preferences. I'm going to have to start factoring that into the, which place we go to. Because each island also has different amounts of areas to clear. And it's generally helpful to clear them in a more or less kind of spread across, as opposed to just going to one and then clearing it and going to the other. Mostly because if you get toward the end of the game, it's going to be that same kind of bottleneck we had at the start, where you just kind of have to take whatever odds you get, and it's not always going to be so great. So we are going to try to clear them out. Like, the top island has 7, the low island has 6, and the other 2 have 5. So the more evenly we can spread across them, the better off we'll be. I think we're going to go down here, because we do have a lot of the bait that this boy likes. Now, the very first fish we caught in an actual area, the black sea bream, which you can see on the top of the screen right there, he's here too, and we don't want to see him. Not right now, anyway. We want to see his stripy boy cousin. This could be it. This is likely, but welcome to Ultimate Angler. Nothing's confirmed. Alright, and I went a little overboard there with the line tension. That line could have snapped at any point when the tension gauge was over full. But, we're fine. We got the stripy boy. And of course, we are going to catch one more thing. Now, The only reason we catch more things when we have the feeding frenzies is because the feeding frenzies are actually triggered by how many fish you catch. So the more fish you catch per area, the quicker you'll get another frenzy. So in a weird way, it's a bit faster to just catch a bunch of fish at each spot and then get enough frenzies to hit your EXP level. As weird as that sounds, the bigger fish also give you a much higher EXP count than the small fries as well. So that's kind of something to consider. Alright. Time to do some thinking. Let's see now. One thing about trying to clear these areas is that a lot of times your bait, like you'll have several pieces of bait that are just useless. Like nothing we're going for likes black, for instance. At least now that I can tell. But we are going to go to the first area with some of the best music in the game. And we do have orange, which is an exclusive, so I'm going to mix that with the light green, which gives us the best shot we can get right now. This place is usually pretty easy. There we go. And hey, that's a moray. Also, this is a moray eel we've caught. And there we are, next area cleared. And of course, we're gonna toss one more, just mishmash of bait. See what we get. Another moray, that's good. Now, one thing about the moray is that it has this weird quirk about it compared to other fish. Like, there is a chance it can drop like, every fish can drop a chest when you catch it. The moray seem to like to drop 2-star chests more than 1-star. Every fish has a star ranking, and every fishing rod has a star ranking. And a 2-star fish can drop a chest that's either 1-star or 2. And there have been times where the 2-star fish have dropped a 2-star chest immediately and given us the item we're trying to save 30k for. And that was crazy. But we're just going to save up the money for it. We're going to earn our way there. Like good old hard-working fishermen's do. And now we got 2 areas where the smallmouth from before could be a real big issue. I feel like maybe insulting him wasn't the best idea I could have had. We're gonna go here. We're gonna go from one eel to the next. Instead of a moray, though, this time it is a regular eel. And let's see now. Green is an exclusive here, but everything else it likes is liked by the smallmouth. So you kind of got to play it carefully. I swear. To heck is this? Alright, it's at least a fish. That's going to add toward our frenzy counter. Hopefully we don't get a frenzy here, though, because the tadpole and the frog don't really offer a lot of EXP, so it would be kind of a wasted frenzy. Nope, 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 not going to do that yet. I'm saving my exclusive if I can help it as long as I can, just because I don't want to squander it. Oh, alright. That's 4. 4 pieces of trash. I hope that doesn't keep happening, because I, like, need to buy food. And, like, bills and whatnot. We don't really have any other, we don't have any throwaways, so I'm gonna do just a single bait, see what happens. Now, when you throw a single piece of bait, and it's an exclusive, you're either gonna get your fish, or you're gonna get trash. And that's 5 pieces of trash. But we did get we got a chest, so maybe it's not all for nothing. Depending on what's inside this chest, this is a 1-star chest. It's basically going to be materials for the rod we're trying to save up for. Really unfortunate, though, that we had really good bait for that area, but just couldn't get lucky, I guess. Couldn't get the right resources. Yeah. That's me. I'm the trash man. So we do have decent bait to go for the run back, but I don't know if I want to do that. I'm getting mad at a video game. Like, what are you doing with your life? I'm just kidding. Alright. I really want to try to go to the bottom island, but the bait we're getting is just not lending itself well to that first area. And unfortunately, you have to clear one area before going to the next. So even if we had great bait for like the second area on the bottom island, we have to go to the first one first. Otherwise, we could just basically pick anywhere to go and it would be fantastic, but it wouldn't be much fun. Oh, I say fun, but... Alright, this is a good place for Frenzy. Let's see what we got. Okay, it's at least fighting back. It's actually a fish. It's going to add toward the Frenzy counter. Which means in just a moment, we're going to get Frenzy 2. And this is a decent place to get it, because we got another chest, and there's the Frenzy. Gonna try to play this one a little bit slow, just because I was going too quickly and kind of threw myself out of rhythm last time. There we go, 58. That is much better. Like 54 or 55 is my average, so getting 58 is just, whew. That's crazy. The highest I've ever gotten is 66, in case you were wondering. And I know you were. This is looking good. There we go. Alrighty. He's the only large fish in the area, so barring, like, you know, random gamma rays flipping the bits in this system, there we go. And that is the second area taken care of. Now the rest of the low island is pretty smooth sailing up until the boss, so I'm probably not going to prioritize it as much. Especially since top is at a problem area and the bottom island is basically nothing. But this should put us at 30k, which will give us the special item we've been saving up for the whole time. We're way over 30k, this is fantastic. So the item we're going to get in just a second, not that, not that, not this. There we go. This here is called the Treasure Rod, and it's a 2-star rod, which we're really not supposed to have at this point, because we've only been playing for a little bit. But I'm going to take the basic rod we have now and make 3 copies of it. I'm going to do floral and the crystal rod to make 1. There we go. And I'm going to make 2 more copies of this, so I'm going to take the seashell and the toy rod to make another basic. And then I'm going to grab one of these skeletons and mix it with a lifeboat. So now we have 4 copies of the rod we've been using the whole run. But why, you might be asking? Well, if you merge them together, as I'm doing right now, the next one, when we go back in the menu, you'll see a +1, which means we can allocate an extra stat point to it when the time comes. And it's going to be 3 extra modifications we can make to it, make it just that much better. And we have a lot of money too, so it's not like we're going to run out. So there we go. We now have a 3-star basic rod, but why the treasure rod? Well, we can mix it. You see that second stat there? That was at like 6? That is pulling power, which is every crank of the circle pad is going to give us just a bunch of extra distance on the fish, which is going to drastically reduce the amount of time it takes to catch each thing. And so I'm going to max out pulling power first and foremost. Gauge span is a little low on this rod in particular. Sometimes it's 2, sometimes it's 3. We don't quite have enough for the last upgrade point, but that's alright. We should be given a little bit of gold. Alright. I'm actually going to try to sell a couple of these, see if it doesn't help us any. Alright, not quite there, but that's alright. We'll come back later. And now we have the sword rod, which not only looks really cool, it's going to be super useful for the rest of the game. Like, you'll see it the next fish we catch, just so much faster. So much. An increased quantity of fast. But yeah, for now, I'm thinking... This is the tough call. Because the high island, like... The fish on the high island likes white, yellow, blue, and red, which we have plenty of. But green is the exclusive for up top. And the one on the bottom likes purple, pink, and blue, which we have a couple of. But I think just due to the sheer numbers, we're going to go to the high island, try to catch this largemouth bass. The more attractive cousin of the smallmouth, which we do want to see. Not the smallmouth, the largemouth. Yellow and white are exclusives here. So I'm gonna be that guy and toss them both in right at the start. Hey, it worked. And now that we have the sword rod, you can see, like... Alright, hang on. So that little text box that propped up was a skill, basically. It's basically a passive for our weapon. I don't actually know which one it is. I think it's a time boost based on location. There are ones for, like... There's ones that give you increased gauge span in certain areas. There are ones that give you more pulling power. The one we were really shooting for was Big Catch Boost, which is the little fishing hook icon, which we didn't end up seeing. You can see there, those guys were just, they were in the water, they were out. They're ours now. We get to bring them home and keep them. But for research, by the way. So, there you are. That's the insane power of the sword rod. That's why we were hoarding all our money this whole time. Because it just... Like, the rest of the game is going to fly by in comparison, assuming luck is on our side. Alright, let's see. Now, one thing that is kind of really not great right now is that a lot of our bait, like the yellows you saw, they're useless. They're not necessarily throwaways, which would be helpful, but none of our fish we're going for actually like them, and that's the issue. We don't have a lot of chances up here. We have one of each exclusive up there, which I might go to. We have one exclusive there, and then one exclusive here. So we don't really have fantastic bait for any particular place. So hopefully we can get some good luck right here, get this area taken care of. And this area is usually not too bad, but with the bait we have now, it's not great. Like, if you have, like, one of each, you're usually doing alright. But for now, it's just kinda... Please work. The game. See, we don't have anything else that we can really use to, like... It's the little guy on the left that just likes everything we have. Which is causing the issues here. I guess pink and light blue would give us a good chance, maybe? Alright, this works. Alright, there we go. And unfortunately, chat, I have some grim news. You have all been dabbed on. It's actually called the olive flounder in this game, but basically it's the same thing. Or like the right side flounder, whatever. One was a flounder, one was a dab. You get the idea. So now we have one spot on each island taken care of. So we're on decent enough progress. I probably should have went back and did that extra stat point, but oh well, it'll still be there. So with the last of our play coins, for now anyway, we are going to go into this next round. Hopefully things are a little smoother this time around. But hey, marathon luck, what can you do sometimes? I'm really trying to get this top area cleared, but the eel can just be so eel-elusive. It's not really good for eeling when that happens. He's just like stealing time from us. Like, come on. Does he know who we're dealing with? Alright, we do have two exclusives here, as well as two blues, so we're gonna give it another shot. Maybe he'll cooperate. Not that. There we go. Exclusive and a throwaway. He won't be too big if he bites, but this is pretty decent. Missed the reaction. This isn't even the eel. I got excited for it. To be fair, it's at least it's a pretty big stick, and we gotta speak pretty softly for carrying such a big stick. But that was not it. I got excited for nothing. I'm a little bummed now, just kidding. Having a good time. That's not it either. I'm gonna count that as 7, even though I didn't actually reel it in. 6 from the stick, and now we're at 7. Let's see. You know what? YOLO bait. Shout out to CMDR. Ooh, did it work? So I guess this is a strategy where you just take everything you have and chuck it in. I don't know why it's a strategy. I feel like it shouldn't work. But every time there's no other choice, it just works. It's like a Bethesda game, it just works. That's topical. So there we go, the eel's taken care of. And I'm just elated about that. So I've gotten about, I want to say half of the spots taken care of, excluding bosses. Oh, that's right, we're out of play coins. Whatever shall we do? Huh, what's this? What's this I see? Is it... What the heck? Nintendo, turn away right now. I'm sorry. You weren't meant to see this. So this is kind of a necessary evil right now, because with the way Street Pass games work, and the way this game is currently set up, until we find some kind of RNG manip, there's really no actual way to beat it in under 300 coins. So we kind of got to take the hit there and just allow the... Just gotta allow the play coin resetting there. If you get upset, it's not a glitch, so at least there's that. We are still in bounds, so, you know, it's okay. Everything's fine. Speaking of everything's fine, we have pretty fantastic bait for the top island again, and I'll show you why once we get there. But yeah, about the play coins thing, it's really the only choice we have. There's, like, if we didn't have that option, this wouldn't be beatable in one go, unless you had, like, a bunch of 3DSs, but you'd have to, like, factory reset each one every time. Have to change the Mii's shirt color, it would just be ridiculous. But it's not a glitch, technically. The only actually known... There's one known glitch in this game, and it's a frame-perfect soft lock. So hopefully this remains a glitchless run. So why was I talking about this particular spot just a second ago? It's because the koi here likes 2 pieces of bait, but both of them are exclusive, and we just got a ton of each of them. And you see there that the koi is a 3-star fish, which means he could drop a 3-star fishing rod. Will he? I don't know. Not this one, but we have other chances. I normally don't go for many extra koi, especially if we're on such good EXP curve. But you know what? Koi chest is pretty amazing, so maybe we'll get it. If we get a 3-star chest, that'll give us a rod even more powerful than the one we have now. It's not really needed, but I mean, come on. 3 is a bigger number than 2. Are you telling me it's not? Come on. Come on. Alright, didn't work. That's fine. We got enough koi. And I'm not playing koi with you on that one. Woohoo! I'm sorry. Yeah. We're actually doing a lot better since this first coin refill so far. 1 for 1. Better than before. Can only go uphill from here. Oops. Alright. So, pretty spread out across each island, which is what I was hoping for. Looking like we're going to go to the bottom island? We do have a lot of pink, so maybe I'll change my mind. Now we're gonna go to the bottom. So here we're trying to catch a carp, which likes green and yellow as its exclusives. So hopefully we can get him pretty easily. This area is usually not too big a deal, but I've said that before, and it has not turned out as well. Alright, okay. I got concerned for a second because I thought it was just going to be another branch, but we're okay. He's a little scrappy boy, but he's ours, and that's what counts. And there's still another frenzy or two to go, and we're on pretty good EXP curves, so I'm just going to head out for now. The only other way to get play coins is to basically walk with your 3DS, but there's the limit of 10 per day. So in order to get play coins without the homebrew application, you'd need to shake your 3DS 1,000 times rather, and then change the system clock and shake it another 1,000 times. And as you can imagine, that's why we use the coin hack instead, because it's just that much more convenient. And that much, you know, like, I'm sure someone out there is gonna do it. Like, they're gonna submit a run to the boards and be like, I didn't have play coin hacks, but I shook my 3DS 30,000 times. I mean, it could. I don't know if I'd say should, but there is the option to do it just by taking 30,000 steps. Where are we going? Alright. No, wait. As you can see, there's decent enough bait at each spot, but nothing is really screaming, this is a really good chance. So I'm just gonna go to the bottom islands, see what we can see. A lot of options for actual bait preference, but we don't have the exclusives, so nothing's guaranteed. Welcome to Ultimate Angler. Frenzy 3 is coming up, though. Hey, hey. This could be it? This is it? Alright. Let's go, baby. We caught a fish. And here's Frenzy 3 coming up. Alright, okay. I got concerned for a second because people were saying, no video. But, it seems things are cleared up now. I just did Frenzy 3 in case it didn't show up on stream. So you're gonna see a lot of EXP coming through on here. And if it did freeze, like legit, you can all make splicing jokes now. But there we go. The bottom island is almost done. Got 1 or 2 spots left. And the way this one is looking is that it's gonna be kind of a boss rush at the end. Actually, while we're here, I'm gonna buff up this rod one more time. Gonna put it in this third stat, which is, I don't remember if it's durability or resistance, but one of them makes the meter fill up slower and the other one makes it slow down faster. So basically it's gonna be more time to pull, and each pull is much more distance. It's basically what we're getting at. And that's good. That's very, very good. So we got what's coming up now, more or less similar issues to before, where there's just a lot of areas where we have okay bait, but nothing that's fantastic. Like, we do have decent enough stuff for the bottom. You know what? Yeah, we don't have anything good. Actually, this one's a really, really good chance. Okay, alright. So maybe it won't be a boss rush after all. So brown is an exclusive here, as is... no, just brown. So I'm going to save it. I'm going to do black and yellow. Just like that, is it Wiz Khalifa who had that song? There we go. This should be exactly what it should be. The catfish. There we are. I'm sure the catfish has got to be having a really bad time surrounded by a bunch of dogs. And also, it's just like, you know, like if you went to your fridge and got a sandwich and you were just like pulled hundreds of feet away, it'd be pretty messed up. But this is just for research, by the way, so he's going back into the ocean when we're done. So don't worry, this is fine. And honestly, with the way some people have reacted to the play coins thing in the past, if the thing people get mad about is the catfish, I'm pretty content with that. So we have access to one of the boss areas, and that's where the soft locks can happen, so I'm gonna actually open this area very slowly before I do anything else. Like, I'm not necessarily gonna go there, but you have to unlock the area first. So if you unlock it and go somewhere else, you'll be fine. And where the actual soft lock comes in is that there's a single frame before the background loads. And the game says, well, I'm trying to unlock something, but nothing's here to unlock. So the unlocking animation never ends. And that's pretty not good. And the only way to fix it is the home menu. Which, you know, good enough for me. But, you know, if we cannot have that happen, I'd prefer it, honestly. It would be funny, don't get me wrong, but... Anyway, while I was talking about something that we're not going to see, hopefully, we just caught the big salmon, the large boy, in the house. And we're doing pretty well on the top island as well. That area we were just at is not too, nothing too crazy, I don't think. But now the top area is once again a problem area. So let's maybe sort that out. If we can help it. Wait, uh-oh. Chat, why are we uh-ohing? What happened? I'm scared. I got the big concerns over here. Stop it. Please. So light green, which we don't have any of, is a hot well, we have one. It's a hot commodity at like 3 different spots. Basically everywhere except the low island, which I've been wanting to go to for quite some time. You can see here the unlocking process is done. Alright, there we go. So we are going to go to the boss area. Just like the first one, there's going to be like an extra meter we have to drain down first. But because we're so powerful and this is technically the first boss you're supposed to encounter, it shouldn't be too bad if we can actually reel him in. 8 pieces of garbage. Also, it's not too late for you at home to pledge to donate for each piece of trash as well. You can do it. I believe in you. Do we have any throwaways? No, we don't. We gotta do some risky business here. Yeah, alright. This is a decent enough shot. Alright, one more chance. Like I said before, as long as there's one piece of bait in the mix, there is a chance. Please? Nope. Unfortunate. We'd be able to tell really easily if it was the actual boss fish, because it would be gigantic. But that is unfortunately not it. Oh, okay, alright. I've just been informed that the uh-ohs from before were because of the soft lock and not, like, the video freezing up again or something. So, rest assured, that is not gonna happen, basically, is what we're saying. Hopefully. And ideally, there is at this point, I don't think it's gonna happen, but there is a chance we can still finish this run without having to refill coins a second time, which would be ideal, for a marathon setting at least. But no promises. Oops, excuse me, sorry. But it does look like we're gonna have pretty decent bait for the low island. So we are gonna head right over there. See what we can't find. Maybe it's actually going to be the fish we need. Wouldn't that be something? Yeah, half of the bait we actually have is this fish is exclusive. Really? Is that so? 9 pieces of trash. I can't... I want to say I can't believe it, but this is super believable right now. Like, I'm not surprised one bit. Alright, I thought I missed that reaction, even though at this point it wouldn't have really made a difference. So there we are. Now this is also a fish we don't want to see ever again. Because the boss area on this low island, he likes to hang out around there. We don't want to see him there. Because he likes the same bait that the boss does. And we're trying to catch only one of them. So there we are. We're in the last 10 spots at this point. There's 3 on the top, 3 on the high island, 3 on low, and then the bottom just has the boss fish. So we are, I guess at this point I'd say we're in late game. So we're moving along still. Pretty good progress. As in a non-zero amount of progress. Always nice. Let's see now. There's so many yellows and light greens, it's really calling for me to go back to the bottom island, but like... I don't know, I'll show you what I mean. We have 3 yellows, a brown, and a light green there. Here we have a white and a light green, so probably not. Then there we have 2 pinks, a light green, and a white, and pink and green are both exclusives there. And up here we got a pink and a light green, which neither of them are great, but that area is pretty tough to go to. We're gonna go up top, or sorry, to the high island, not top. Just because this area isn't really pretty. It's all gorgeous. I think it was the one before this that was just like a pink waterfall. It's one of my favorite locations in the game. Please? Alright, let's go. Let's go. Look at this big chunky boy. This big old chunky salmon. He's jamming. And now we got this is the second area by rank that we have to go to. Like the boss here is rank 10, where the one on the bottom is rank 7. So maybe we'll be some real OGs and do it out of order. We're gonna stick it to the man. We're gonna rage against the machine. And say, hey, I'm not gonna do it the way you want me to. I'm gonna do it the way I want me to. And what I want to do is go out of order. But you know, only if it works out that way. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. Who knows? So already we have light greens. This is a much tougher choice than it needs to be. Because there's 3 areas that need light green. Everywhere except the high island. And then a lot of blue, which is useless for us right now. Pink and light green are our choices. We have a white there. We're just gonna go up to the top. I want to get it out of the way if I can help it. Because this area has actually cost me 15 minutes in a no reset once. Which that is really not good. Oh, we also have orange here. This is the best choice. This is the objective best choice. There we go. First try. Alright. Finally, some good luck for once. So there we go. And Frenzy 4 is coming up now. I normally don't play this out, but the music is just so great. So here we go. Sour please in chat, por favor. Oh, I'm messing it up. No, wait. No, I goofed. I threw myself off rhythm because I had both thumbs on the touchscreen at the same time, so it kind of messed up which ones were available. Like, I tapped the wrong one, basically. So, oopsie daisy. So now we're getting the heck out of Dodge. Because we have what we need, we're moving on. We're plenty good on EXP at this point. As you can see, we're at level 12 already. And the boss fish give massive amounts of EXP. Like, we're at 13.5, and we haven't fought any bosses yet. So we're really zooming. We're probably gonna be over-leveled, but for a run like this, I don't really mind. Like, you could be a person and be like, oh, well, it's a speedrun, it's supposed to be fast. If you spend more time grinding experience than you need to, what's the point, huh? And I'm gonna be like, hey, first off, thank you for watching. Second off, yeah. And not necessarily in that order. So... nothing's really calling my name here. We have purple, which is good for the low island, which is the thing we have the least cleared so far. And good lord, like, we have like half of our inventory is purple. This is crazy. We're going here, of course. Hey, look at all this purple. There's like a couple. At least 2. This is looking good. This is looking nice. There we go. Oh yeah, turns out the skill we have is useless because it's a time bonus. Whoops. Oh well. Yeah, basically. Basically what you said there in chat. So there we are. We're down to now the funny 7 amount of spots remaining. It's not that funny. But I can tell you right now, the chance of a one refill mathematically is just not there. We get 10 helpers per trip, and there's 4 coins worth of trips left. And if this goes well, we'll have 6 trips left. So it's just not gonna work out, unfortunately. And the reason we don't use fewer coins per trip is, 1, the cutscene for a single helper is way longer than buying 10 at once. And then you also have drastically less bait, which means you can't really play the odds as well as you can. You know, not that it's playing particularly well today, but in an ideal situation is what I'm kind of getting at. Please? 10 pieces of trash. We hit 10. Double digits, in fact. Ay, ay, ay. Alright. Gonna try to toss in a couple throwaways. A couple things that the other fish don't really like. Kind of buff up the size of this piece to get a large boy. Are you serious? Come on, man. I'm trying my hardest. Like, the bottom island, like, usually never gives us much trouble. It's ridiculous. Like, come on, man. We're just out here having a good time, and you just gotta not show up. And we have fairly good bait to just go back and try again. I don't know if I want to, though. My pride is on the line here. Against this 3D model of a fish. What are you doing with your life? Alright. Yellow is really only good for the bottom at this point. Though... yeah, nothing else is really... well, blue and orange are good for the low island, but... at this point, like, let me show you what I mean. We have 1 orange here. We have literally nothing here. We have 1 exclusive and 1... you know what? Now that I'm talking it through, I'm like, alright, this is fair. I keep doing this. Like, yeah, I'm just... none of these are any great, and I get to the last one, and it's like, this is objectively the best one. Please? Alright. Finally. Now, this boss isn't too crazy. Yes, we have in fact gotten 10 pieces of trash. I didn't actually reel them all in. Otherwise, there is actually an award you can get in-game for reeling in 10 pieces of trash. But this is a speedrun, so I just acknowledge that it's trash and then don't touch it. I don't reel it in. Gotta save the animals, but, you know, you can't pick up their garbage for them. Alright, Alright, so this boss is actually going super well. We might be able to reel him in before the music cue kicks in. No, he's fighting back too much. There we go. That little flashing red thing on screen is like the hurry up, pretty much. And you can see there, compared to the first boss, like this boss has more fight in him than the first one we fought way back when. And we like reeled this one in with no issues whatsoever. But there he is, fashionably late as usual. That is 2 islands cleared out of the 5 we need. We are plenty good on EXP. Actually, way over leveled at this point, but that's okay. Safety strats, I guess. So now her dad is gonna come back in, and he's gonna say, "You've done it. You've done a science." Now soon we can prove that these islands are a unique ecosystem, and I will be allowed back in the scientific community. Now, a little more about the game's story while we have time. So, her dad was a scientist, and he tried to prove that the islands we were fishing on had a unique ecosystem, and they hit him with the hard no vid, no did. And he's like, "Aw, crap. I lost the recording," basically. So he was basically rejected from the scientific community. And now he is here with his daughter on this island. And we are here to fish up basically the subjects of research to say, hey, it is in fact a place that, like a unique ecosystem, like the Galapagos. Alright, we're not going there. Maybe there. Yeah, see, we have 2 pieces of bait that are helpful right now. So this is what I was kind of referring to with bottlenecking earlier. This is our only shot. We're just gonna YOLO bait. I hate that this is probably gonna work. Shout out to CMDR once again. Smash Ultimate later on. This is not the fish. You know what? Never mind. Video games are bad, actually. Also, to answer the chat's question, how high do you have to be to make a fishing-based game with bosses? The same high you have to make it a JRPG. That same level. Like, you just get there and you're like, you know what? Might as well. So unfortunately, that didn't go as well for us as it could have. Alright. So orange is good for both the top and the low island. Orange is an exclusive on the low one, but the top island is close to being finished. And that's the rank 15 one, so we're not necessarily in a particular hurry to go there. But, you know, it'll help if we can get there. Black and brown, though, is a really good combination for the middle island, I guess, at this point. So we might go there, but we only have 1 shot, and that didn't pay off last. You know what? Safety strats. Let's go. Let's be safe. Hey, that's extreme. Don't say that. Alright, now chat's saying something I can agree with. I hate video games? Like, yeah. But yeah, like I said, this area, if you have the right bait, no problem at all. There we go. Moving right along. Boss area is way past clear. Or unlocked, I mean. It's not cleared yet. We gotta go there to clear it. If we do go to the low island, we will be doing things out of order. We're really gonna show the system who's boss. And it's us, in case that wasn't clear. So with the last play coins we have for the entire run, wink, we're gonna see what we can do. We have decent enough bait to go to any of these places. Like for the bottom, or for the low island, we need green, orange, and red. For the middle, we need black, white, and brown. And for the top, we need black, pink, and orange. And we have a couple of each, plus some pretty much useless stuff. So that is kind of going to play into this a bit. Actually, you know what? Sheer numbers. No soft lock, thank goodness. And away we go. Now here's what I was saying before. We have a lot of green and orange, but the fish we caught earlier also likes green and orange, so it's going to be a kind of a toss-up. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'll have enough coins. This is the wrong one. This is what I was referring to before. Anyway, here's Frenzy 5. We don't actually need any more EXP, so just enjoy the soundtrack. Alright, we failed miserably, thank goodness. And here we are. We have a couple exclusives. I don't know if I want to use them all yet. Ooh, light green is a bad idea, actually. Alright, we'll try this. See what happens, see what we get. Please? It's either a very large... It's the wrong one. It is the super wrong one. I am upset now. Come on, man. I'm in a hurry here. What are you doing? Alright, thank you for the good luck. Hey, there he is. Ooh, I missed a reaction. Alright, you know what? He cooperated fairly well. It's gonna cost a couple seconds, but I'm sure we've had more time lost in this run at some point. And this will be the third island cleared, which means we're gonna have to kind of take worse luck and either run with it or just like exit out of the app and refresh, basically. Yeah, thank you for the good luck. And now, chat, I have a very big question to ask you. And I'm asking it now because I want to make sure everybody knows. When we get to the final island, like the last area, like as soon as you start to see me like picking the area, I need you to spam Jebaited as hard as you can. Don't do it yet. Don't do it yet. I'm just saying it now so you know. When I say it next time, that's what I'm referring to. And I'm saying start it early because of chat delay, and then I'll receive the power right when I need it most. Which isn't yet, by the way. Don't do it yet. Because I don't need it now. But that is the second island cleared. Also, here's Nessie. They don't even call it, like, Plessy. They don't call it Tessie. That's just the Loch Ness Monster. In this video game. Who put it there? And why? Alright. We've gotten a couple extra awards. We're not going to do anything with them, because we have what we need already. So there we are. 3 islands cleared. We're doing a science part 2, baby. And then moving right along. I think we're out of coins, though, so I might need to legitimately obtain some more. Yep, okay. So, like I said before, this isn't exactly a glitch, and it's something we have to do, just on the basis of, there's no other way to do it. I mean, you saw, like, the refill thing makes this run marathon safe enough. Meanwhile, like, if we had to, like, buy fewer dogs, it would be slower, and it would be a lot more volatile of a run. And so we just say, you know what, you can get more coins if you need to. And until we find some kind of RNG manip or anything of the sort, it's just gonna be what we're at for now. And if you think you want to be a glitch hunter for this game, you know, you can head on over to speedrun.com/UA. Wink! And there's all sorts of information there. Like, there's a guide for this category, believe it or not. You can learn to run it, and you can learn to enjoy it very much, just like I am. And who knows? You know? Who knows? I don't. That is, in fact, how Mafia works. So this isn't stellar, but we do have a couple shots. I'm gonna go to the top just because we have an exclusive. But like I said, as you start clearing islands, your luck kind of becomes more all or nothing, basically. So I'm gonna take the throwaway, or the exclusive we have. Nope. Nope. Okay, you know what? YOLO bait. If this works, I'm gonna be really mad. Come on. Why does this work? Like, come on, man. Anyway, this boss, or sorry, this fish isn't exactly a boss, but he's strong enough where he has his own mini-meter. Now, if I were doing 9 islands, which is like think of it like Johto plus Kanto of this game, there'd be basically every fish in the later areas would have that little mini-meter. But for whatever reason, there's just one in the first 5, and he has a pretty banging soundtrack. But there we go. And once we're out of here, we'll be at enough EXP to go to the rank 15 area. So now we can go... Now we're looking at just 3 areas to go to. We've already done them out of order. I'm feeling like a real, what's I'm looking for? I don't know what the word is, but basically, we live in a society. And now we're looking for either... alright, it's fine. We have a tiny chance to go to the top area. Or, sorry, not a tiny chance, but we have a semi-decent chance to catch the boss fish at the top island. We gotta conquer this dungeon. We gotta grab the boss key, which we've already unlocked. Well, the real key was inside us all along. We just go there and it opens up. No, slow and no. You can't put the Jebaidids now. I haven't said to yet. We're not at the last area. Come on. You're gonna reduce the power. Don't do it yet. Do not do it yet. Is what I'm saying. So green is an exclusive here, and cyan is the other color it likes. So I'm gonna choose things to kind of keep the small fries away. Yeah, one thing about this game too is that everything I've been doing so far is on the fly. Like, there's really no route, just because of the way where you go and what you do is determined by the fish. The color of bait you get. You know what, YOLO bait, speaking of. Oh, come on. I shouldn't have YOLO baited. Oh well. But yeah, like, as much as I've been talking about how unlucky this run can be, it feels really good to just kind of play, not necessarily play the odds, but like, just kind of come up with your own way of getting through things on the fly. It's got this, like, it's the same feeling you get if you were playing, like, one of the Zelda randomizers, or I think Hollow Knight has one too. It's that kind of feeling of just, you know what to do, but you gotta figure out when and how to do it. And it just gives this game kind of like a unique feel, because it's not a randomizer, but it plays pretty similar to one. You know what I'm saying? And I think that this game kind of gets like a unique edge because of it. And we got 2 greens. That's looking nice for the top. So let's go there. Now hopefully, the pattern we've been having so far of showing up fashionably late will continue. Please work. Please? Yeah, boy. Okie dokie. So this is not the final boss. Don't you post those yet. Don't do it. Do not. If you post them now, it's gonna ruin the effect for everyone. So this is the toughest fight though, because this is supposed to be like the rank 15, like, if we were playing this casually, I guess, this would be the way we'd probably hit this one last. But with the way this run's panning out, we're going to go to this one first. And then there's 2 areas on the high island, which we still have left. This fight's actually not going stellar. Let me just focus up real quick. Okay, we're good now. That string of just not fighting back really paid off. So now we are in the good range again. If you would stop. 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 Okay. Please? Okay. That one was a nail biter. He's huge too. No Jabateds yet. Come on, what did I just say? Stop. Anyway, that's 4 islands clear. If the bait we end up getting doesn't cooperate, I'm just gonna start closing out the app and opening it up again. Just because there's only one place to go, so there's no need to sit through the whole cutscene if there's really not a great chance. So we're almost done doing our research, by the way. And they're just gonna say, hey, good going. This is a big old fish. Look at its weird face. Also, science. It's true, I was the localization team for this game. Me alone. That's what it says. It's true. It's true, I was there. We have enough of a chance. There's more than one chance, basically, is what I'm saying. He was only a B, but he was a very strong B. Like, if this game had plus ratings for other than A+, he'd be a B+. Like B+, solid A-. Like a light to decent B+. So here we are once again. We are now being gate-kept from ending the run by a pufferfish. The horror that lies within. Just a pufferfish. Please. I think it worked. Hey. It worked! I am genuinely surprised it worked, but I'm not complaining. I see. Alright, and as you can see, we now have more than enough EXP to get to the rank 12 area. So there's one spot left. One single spot remains. So when I actually choose this spot, then you guys can start spamming. You know what? Start spamming now, actually. I want to see nothing but Jabateds in this chat room right now. I'll give it a second for stream delay. Just go for it, man. And because this is potentially the last spot, I am going to say time ends when the last fish jumps out of the water. So whoever's going to end time, I'd say get ready on that. Because this could be it. And here we are. Alright. Not the best chance we ever had, but you know what? YOLO bait. Let's go. Did it work? It didn't work. Yeah, start spamming now. I'll receive your power by the time we get another chance. I could have played that one a little better, honestly, that last round, but you know what? It's fine. Thank you, chat. I am receiving your power. As requested. It's filling me with determination. Is that the right game? No, it's, oh, what's it called? Hang on. So I'm not really a fan of that. We had like one shot out of 10 pieces. And it wasn't... Well, there are no exclusives for this area, but just I wasn't going to go for those odds a second time. So here we are once again. Here I am doing everything I can. Holding on to what I am. Alright, we got 3 shots. So now we begin the Jabated spam once again. Are you guys gonna let him get a okay, someone stop the pyramid. Like, thank goodness. It's just too much power. So, this is our first time, wink, visiting the final area. We've never been here before. it's gonna play that first time showing up cutscene, and we're gonna get the little intro for going to the first time. You get to take a good look. There we go. And let's give this a shot. Got 2 baits it likes and 1 throwaway. Not quite. That's alright. I played smart for a reason. I don't remember what the reason is, but I'm sure it was a good one. Yeah, light blue and orange and a red. Not gonna be a wise idea, please. Okay, you know what? New plan. I need you guys to spam the fishing rod emoji instead. Jabaited is not doing his thing today. Gotta have a slight change of plan. Oof, boy, this... I'm starting to get upset at a video game again. I mean, not again, rather. Having a great time. Research, by the way. Alright, let's see. No thanks. Alright. This time I feel it. This time I have a good, strong feeling about this. Let's go for it. There we go. The new plan is being enacted. Thank you. I'm receiving the power of the fishing rods. Twitch chat, lend me your energy. Oh yeah, Saba Ping is good too. So here we are, unlocking the area so we can go there for the first time. We've never been here before. We're gonna get that little cutscene that plays when you go to the area for the first time. It's a really nice place. We got 2 shots. I'm gonna try to use the throwaways if I can help it. That's about half of the bait we have right now. Please? Oh, come on. Dude. Dude. Who released the bogus on this one? Seriously? Seriously. Like, this is... Come on. That's ridiculous. Alright, new plan. Everyone hit ! donate and then go to that page and donate a single $1. Every bit counts. You just gotta click that link. If you have the money, go for it. I encourage it. I may actually have to put off my donation now that I'm thinking about it till Friday, but it'll be there. It'll be there. I accidentally hit the mic. I'm sorry. I didn't actually check the bait we have. Okay, we have white. We at least have something. All right. Please. So I didn't realize we only had 1 shot, but we're gonna go to this area for the first time. You know, we're gonna get that nice little intro for when you go there for the first time. It's gonna kind of show us the environment. It's a real pretty place. You know what? YOLO. We have no other choice. Please? Is this... I don't think it's... Come on! Seriously? Like, this is just... There's fashionably late, and then there's just, like... Like, come on. You could at least make it despite my directions. Come on. Oh, that's a lot of fishing rods. Appreciate you. I mean... Consistent and fun, you got that right. I'm having a grand old time. Okay, we have 2 shots. This time I believe. This time I have hope. Will it be squandered? Who knows? Probably not. Maybe. But here we go. I gotta believe you're right. This is actually a Parappa the Rapper speedrun. I've pranked you all. So we're gonna unlock this area to go there for the first time. And when you go to the area for the first time, you're gonna see that nice little intro to show us the environment. Like, it's a real pretty place. We have 2 shots to catch this boy. I'm gonna use as many throwaways as I can to try to entice the largest of boys to bite this line. We don't have very many. Please. Yes, there he is. Okay. Continue spamming. This is the last one. For real. For real. This fight isn't as hard as the 12 or 15 ones, of course. Got a little less fight to him, so we shouldn't have too much issue. And like I said, time is coming up when he jumps out of the water. Actually, he's You know what? Now that he's actually decided to show up, he's cooperating fairly well. So I can appreciate this. It makes it all worthwhile. Please? Please? I'm saying please. I mean, this is guaranteed, actually. And... time. And there we go. That is Ultimate Angler 5 Islands. We've done it. We've beaten it in an amount of time, I'm sure. Oh, and, you know, just for one last time, here's the Feeding Frenzy music.
You want to know your final time?
Sure.
1 hour, 28 minutes and 24 seconds.
You know what? Below estimate, I'll take it.
Yeah. It's good enough, good enough.
Yeah.
Oh, I still got any final words before I send it off to the transmission screen that I've totally not forgotten to update?
What's that? Couldn't quite
Do you
hear
have
you.
any final words for the chat?
I do. First off, thank you all for sticking around. I've had a lot of fun. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. Like I said, you can go to speedrun.com/UA if you want to learn how to run this game. There is the much shorter first island category. I think it's called Prelude Island. Yeah, it's Prelude. It's a lot less coin intensive. It's basically just the first island if you just want to give the game a sample. And like I said, there is a guide for 5 islands. Yeah, the thing has been done. Thank you, chat. And once you're there, there is a Discord for all the Street Pass Mini Plaza games to be speedrun if you want to join that. We're adding new ones all the time. We just recently added the OG Find Me. So I think that's it for me. I'll be back Sunday night with Slot Car Rivals, but until then, you guys have a good time. Thanks so much.
Once again, thanks for the